Welcome to Second Edition. I'm Benjamin Wan.
And I'm Avery Stenson. Coming up on today's show, the Alberta government is regulating online gambling.
And Edmonton is looking at banning machetes.
But first, the provincial government is investing in the skilled trades. The Alberta government was on campus this week to announce further funding for NAIT's Advanced Skills Centre. NAIT's students and staff gathered in the industrial building last Thursday to hear the Minister of Jobs and the Minister of Advanced Education speak. Both Minister Matt Jones and Minister Rajan Sawhney emphasized how important NAIT's Advanced Skills Centre will be for replenishing a labor shortage in skilled trades. The Advanced Skills Centre, which was announced last year, will be focusing on construction-related programs with an emphasis on hands-on experience.
We are really seeing a surge coming in because everyone is starting to realize how important skilled trade is and what a great occupation and what a great career it can make.
NAIT is slated to receive another year of funding for the center, with the government's total investment of $43 million being split between 3 years.
A machete attack in central Edmonton is raising questions about banning the weapon. A fight outside a McDonald's near Kingsway LRT station left one man seriously injured after being attacked by a machete. Police arrested 3 suspects. With rising machete violence, some are calling for a ban.
Yeah, I think reducing access to weapons like that, because really what's the point of a machete in Edmonton, Alberta? So yeah, if you just restricted access, then that would make a big difference with people not being able to obtain these weapons.
Dan is now teaching at Norquest College as a professor, helping reduce the amount of Indigenous crime.
The provincial government is regulating online gambling and sports betting. Alberta announced the decision last week, citing a need to keep Albertans safe and keep revenue in the province. Although Albertans have always been able to access these sites, it's considered a gray market. Alberta is mirroring Ontario's regulation plan, which was implemented after an increase in sports betting in 2022. The province will be using safeguard measures similar to physical casinos, but experts say the culture around gambling has changed.
Used to bet on the outcome of an event, and now it's like, how many goals is Connor going to get in the third period, or what flavor of Gatorade is going to be dumped over the winning coach's head. So there's just so much more of an expansion when we have not seen the education and awareness around gaming or gambling.
Currently, Play Alberta is only provincially regulated, the only provincially related gambling site, but the new plan is expected to be put into place early 2026.
NAIT is helping to bring off-grid energy to Peruvian villages. NAIT students and staff, along with partners from SAIT and Light Up the World, arrived in a remote village of Peru, installed a solar power system, satellite internet, and solar thermal system at a local school, lighting the way for 140 students.
We liked doing the physical work, and we liked being on the field, connecting wires, fixing the solar thermal system and fixing the pipes. Like, doing this physical work felt like made the change a bit more tangible.
The project in Peru is open to all NAIT students.
Now on to sports. The Edmonton Oil Kings had a successful regular season and are now looking to carry that into playoffs.
The Edmonton Stingers and Robson College are partnering up for a fundraiser called Kicks for Kids. Our Dylan Whiteness has more. Hi, Dylan.
Thanks, guys. The Edmonton Stingers are kicking off a fundraiser this week to help kids get more affordable basketball shoes over this next season. The Stingers are teaming up with local kids for the second year of its fundraiser, Kicks for Kids. For every 3-point shot made this season by the Stingers, $50 will be added to the pot to help buy shoes. This year, Robertson College will be coming on board. While the Stingers will contribute $20 of the $50, the local college will donate the remaining $30.
It's about trying to provide some athletes with some brand new basketball shoes, and we tied it last year to our ability to knock down the 3-point shot, which was up and it was down, but at the end of the year we ended up contributing some dollars towards their program to get some new kids, or to get some kids in some new shoes.
The Stingers raised $4,000 last year, but they are hoping to reach a $10,000 mark this year. The Edmonton Oil Kings had practice this Monday after splitting the series in Prince Albert over the weekend. The Oil Kings have a lot of new talent and are playing in front of home fans for the first time since they went to the Memorial Cup in 2022. The Oil Kings did lose the season series this year 3-2 to Prince Albert, but are hoping to change the narrative for the playoffs with a couple little tweaks.
I said the hard areas that you need to be at in playoff hockey, and but you're not going to change a lot of things at this time of year, and it's just small adjustments that we feel will help us.
The Oil Kings are looking to build off momentum from their win last night into the game at 7 p.m. tonight. So guys, I've been looking at the tickets for tonight's game, $20. I might have to go if I have time.
Wow, Dylan, that sounds really interesting. Thank you.
I might have to join you at the next game. I have practice tonight.
Will do.
Thank you, Dylan. After the break, we go one-on-one with the Dean of Construction at NAIT to discuss the Skilled Trades Center.
And we'll look into Historical Theatre in Edmonton to make sure this is not their last act.
Funding from the Alberta government will help build the NAIT Advanced Skills Center.
We'll learn more about the opportunities that the One Skill Centre will provide in trades. Ashan Jiwani has more.
The Alberta government has contributed $43 million in the Advanced Trades Center at NAIT as part of Budget 2025. Here to tell us more about what students can expect is Matthew Lindberg.
So what is the goals of the Advanced Trades Center?
Yeah, the Advanced Skills Center is really meant to provide an opportunity for us to deliver apprenticeship and trades programs in different ways than what we're currently doing. Right now we've got really customized spaces that is siloed from other program areas, and we're really focusing on creating a space that's going to provide an interdisciplinary approach, having different programs working alongside other programs, students learning from other students, and providing a really unique opportunity for us to deliver our programming in a really unique and transformative way.
Awesome. So what is some of the new technologies and stuff that students can expect in the Advanced Trades Center?
Yeah, that's a great question. So what we're expecting within the Advanced Skills Center is a different approach to that learning, as I had mentioned before, with opportunities for us to have more spaces for our students. One of the things that you see when you go across many of our campuses is there's not a lot of student space for them to be able to kind of study, to do more review and do those types of pieces. So we really want to make sure that that's being focused on as we plan out the Advanced Skills Center and create those spaces.
That's great to hear.
What roles do industry partners play?
So great question again. Industry plays a significant role, not only in the design phase, but in the construction phase. Right now we're really leaning on them to help us understand what do we need to do to support our programs not only now, but 5, 10, 15 years from now. How do we start designing a space that's going to meet the needs of our program's current state, but then also be prepared to help support those programs in the future state of where they're needing to go. As we move forward into the build stage, we're going to be really reliant on them again to be involved in making sure that the infrastructure that we have is going to meet those needs, but also looking for them to support the initiative. We know that so many of our graduates are employees of these organizations, so how do we make sure that they're connected to the project, feeling that they've got an impact that's being felt as we go through that phase, but then also looking to instill that confidence that the graduates that are going to be coming out of those programs are going to make great employees and are going to be contributing to those organizations from the first day they step into their doors.
I'm here at the future location for the NAIT Advanced Skills Center. If everything goes according to plan, you can expect shovels to be hitting the ground in 2027. I'm Ashan Jiwani with Second Edition.
If you'd like to purchase one of Hudson Bay's vintage teas, you better go quickly.
One of Canada's oldest companies to date is closing their doors for good. Our Coda Dunfield has more.
Hi, I'm Coda Dunfield from Second Edition. It was declared on March 17, 2025, the Hudson Bay Company is to be liquidated. Liquidating the entire store put 9,000 jobs at rest. I got the chance to interview a retailer and her perspective on it.
How would this change the way people purchase products now?
Just the mindset of culture. We're just very much in for I'm not going to delay what I want. I want it now, so I'm going to buy it right now, even if it means financing the vehicle, even if it means taking a mortgage that I don't really think I can afford, or putting things on credit card to, buy stuff.
Based on it, if it's related to tariffs, how come if it's the big box stores like Hudson's Bay, how come they it's affected?
I think that for some reason Hudson's Bay couldn't pivot. Hudson's Bay is still a very much a brick and mortar retailer in that they relied on their in-person store presence so much that they didn't develop themselves onto an online like they didn't progress very well into online, like establishing an online presence. Like people still do go into stores, but a lot of people like buying online.
Hudson Bay Company has been Canada's oldest running company since May 2nd, 1670. I'm Coda Dunfield from 2nd Edition.
The Princess Theatre is seeing a growing support through the local community to reopen.
The historical building is looking to be renewed through an ongoing fundraiser. Eric Cahoon has more.
The local landmark in the city has been closed since 2021. With the risk of his film history being erased, I spoke with the local film director to learn more about what makes the Princess Theatre so historical.
Recently there's been a lot of advocacy going on for the reopening of the theatre. What do you fear can happen if there's not enough work done to get those things done?
Well, I'm sure there's a vibrant community along White Avenue. It's very much an old historical community and lots of it's the live theater district. So I'm sure something will happen. I'm optimistic that somebody's gonna, pick up the reins and run with it.
Why do you think the Princess Theatre is one of the city's treasures?
The Princess is one of Edmonton's treasures because it was built by John McKernan, who was a trailblazer in 1914. So he built this amazing what is now historical building, but at the time, it was the place, the entertainment theater where people would come. Movies was just, they were just starting to show movies. So at the time it was just newsreels. So it has a long history of being used as an important place for showing film.
What are your thoughts on the current GoFundMe campaign that's out for the reopening and the revival of the Princess Theatre?
I always approach these things with a little bit of caution. So when I first saw the GoFundMe campaign, I felt like there's some information missing because one, I'm glad somebody stepped up and said, I have to do something about this. You can't just lose our theater. And the GoFundMe campaign said that the community is rallying together, but it's not necessarily going to restore the theater to what it once was.
The GoFundMe page has been up since February 25th and has raised just over $6,800. If you'd like to support the Princess Theatre, donations can be made through their GoFundMe page. I'm Eric Calhoun with 2nd Edition.
After the break, we will show you how to make a festival Easter basket at home.
And with the ice melting, runners are preparing to get back outside. We have the tips and tricks to keep you safe. Welcome back to 2nd Edition. We're going to be giving you a tour of the Old Strathcona Farmers Market.
But first, it's warming up. It might be time to go for a run. Quinn Olsen has more.
What a day. I can't wait to sit down and just relax. Relax? But what about our daily run? Running? But I'm exhausted. Maybe another day. But remember how much we used to run? It was one of our favorite hobbies. Yeah, but that was forever ago. I don't even think I'd remember where to start. Luckily, I'm here to show you. Come on. True. Let's do it. Hi, I'm Quinn Olsen with 2nd Edition. Now, before you go out and start running, you want to prioritize your setup. Mainly, which running shoes are you going to wear? Now, there are a lot of great options out on the market, but typically, in my opinion, you want to focus on getting a shoe with good ankle support and padded bottom so that your feet don't hurt when you run. My personal favorite currently is the Asics Nimbus Gel, but other options that I did used to like wearing were the Mizunos, as well as Nike makes really great running shoes. And once you've picked your running shoe, then you want to start with your warm-up. I typically like to start my warm-up indoors when it's colder outside, But if you don't have access to a fitness center or a treadmill, this warm-up is 100% doable outdoors as well.
I always start my warm-up walking on my toes to prevent ankle injury, and then I quickly transition into heel walks for the same thing. After about 30 seconds of that, I will transition into backwards walking because it's good on your calves. And then once you're feeling warm enough, you're good to turn off your treadmill and head outside.
Okay, so Constable Ezio Ferrone Park is my preferred place to run. It's very scenic and beautiful and has a lot of great running routes. Now, the last thing that we want to do before we start the running is a dynamic stretch to prevent injury. So I'll show you that and then we'll finally get into the running.
Start off with some skips to get some mobility in, forwards and backwards, then do some grass cutters for a good stretch as well as butt kicks to finish it off. When running, you want to make sure you're breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth to prevent cramping. If you want to increase your speed, you should pump your arms back further than you normally would and kick your heels up towards your butt just a little bit more to extend your stride, which will in turn increase your speed.
And there you have it, an easy running routine to get you started this spring. I hope I inspired some of you guys to start running again. With Second Edition, I'm Quinn Olson.
Good afternoon, friends. I am Maddie Jarrah with Second Edition, and here I am at the Old Strathcona Farmers Market located in Edmonton. It has been around since 1983, and it's featuring over 130 local vendors from all over Canada and the Edmonton area. So I'm going to take a dive into this place to see what it's all about. Candyman is a local vendor known for his delightful selection of sweets and treats. The Quillo Lady is a cherished vendor known for her beautifully handcrafted quillos, a clever combination of quilt and pillow. Meadow Sweet Apiaries. They offer pure local honey, beeswax candles, and natural bee products. Here at the tasting bar, they have a nice local array of alcohol to choose from, like this Chardonnay right over here. It looks delicious. Not my favorite to try to drink, but you know, it looks good. It offers a delicious selection of handcrafted wines, meads, vodkas, whiskey, and gin that celebrate Alberta's local flavors. The cafeteria is where people can sit down and find a place to relax after roaming around the busy vendors and mingling about with other people. Look at the peacock orb. I know, my mom has a lot of that. It's so pretty. Wow. Maple Products from Quebec brings together the rich, natural sweetness of pure Canadian maple syrup and other maple-based treats to customers. Bubbles and Bliss Soap Company showcase handcrafted soaps and skincare products made with high-quality, natural ingredients. Now here's two murals right outside the farmers market, along with some information about the Firehouse Theatre that's right next door.
Originally known as Strathcona Fire Hall No. 1, this structure is the last remaining example of a pre-First World War fire hall in Edmonton.
Well, that's it with the Old Strathcona Farmers Market. Thank you for joining me on this cold Saturday afternoon. I got to check out some local vendors, indulge in some sweet treats, see in the local wine distillery with a bunch of other alcoholic products. Delicious, delicious. It was fun. I had fun. Anyways, we're Second Edition. I'm Maddie Jarrah. See you next time.
Hey, it's Celestia, and today I'm going to show you how to make an Easter basket for only under $30. Now, before we get to this masterpiece, we have to get to the beginning. And it starts with the array of items I got right in front of me to make the perfect Easter basket. Of course, we have the cellophane, ribbon, whatever the name, but we really don't need it because we got the basket. What we're gonna do first is put our straw directly into the basket. This cost me about $4.75 at Dollarama. We got our cute little chickens that I got for $2, and we'll just place them right over here. Now we're gonna put in our 3 baby chickens so they can hang out with their siblings in the basket. These cost me about $1.75. I had a 6-pack, but it looks like 4 of them have gone missing. Indoor bunnies. So these cost me about $4.75 each, and these will go on the left side of our basket. We have our mini eggs, and these were about $1.75 each. And we will just place them in the left-hand corner of our basket. Our jelly beans, we have the jelly beans. And we are just gonna put them right over here, right next to the eggs. The jelly beans cost $1.25 each. And here we have it, an Easter basket for under $30. And I only had to spend $23.75. What a steal. For Second Edition, I'm Celestia Lenvo.
It might be time for me to get back into running.
And I'm getting rather excited for Easter.
That's all we have on today's show, but be sure to tune in next week for another episode of Second Edition.